Hi, I'm registered dietitian and nutritionist Wendy Wesley, and I'm here in the St. Petersburg Free Clinic Teaching Kitchen. And this week at the pantry, our drive-through pantry, we're giving away russet potatoes. And I love potatoes. Personally, I think that potatoes have gotten a pretty bad reputation in our country because we tend to eat them deep fried, covered in salt and ketchup, and we tend to eat them in big volume when we eat them like that. But the humble potato, especially if you eat the skin, is a very, very nutritious food, high in potassium, high in calcium. And if you eat the skins, which I always recommend that you do, you're going to get a lot of great fiber into your diet, which we all need. More fiber, lots of fiber. Fiber at every meal is what I recommend. So I thought, what can I do with a russet potato that it uses just a very, very few ingredients and is super tasty and where you can leave the skin on? And I remembered Hasselback potatoes. I've made them many times, and then they kind of fell out, and now well, they're back in the list of things I like to make. My son loves them. I made them for some friends. They've been a hit this week. So here we're gonna go. We're gonna make Hasselback potatoes. So what I did, I started with a little bit of butter in a saucepan, and I heated it up with a clove of garlic and some herbs. In this case, I used parsley and rosemary. You don't have to use that, and you can use dried. I just happen to have fresh, and I said I need to use this up before it withers up on me, so I'm going to put it in my potatoes. So that is butter and garlic, either jarred or fresh, and these herbs. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Just melt it in the saucepan, or you can melt it in your microwave. Don't stress about this. It's very, very easy. So then what do I do? What do I always do? I sharpen knives, especially when I'm cutting something like a potato, which is a pretty low moisture food. And so when I'm cutting a potato, I really have to have a very, very sharp knife so I don't make a mistake. And I've made a couple of mistakes over the past couple of weeks cutting this finger. This finger's been he's been a problem. So I'm going to sharpen my knife and make sure I have a nice sharp edge to do my work. And I'm going to show you how to prepare the potato for baking in the style that is Hasselback. And a friend of mine said this is a recipe from Sweden, from a hotel in Sweden, and which I appreciate her telling me all about that. So let's see, sharpening the knife, getting a good edge. What I'm doing is I'm honing my blade and making sure that it's nice and sharp for the work that I need to do. So the idea about the potato is that you're gonna cut all the way through, but okay, you're not gonna cut all the way through. You're just gonna cut almost all the way through. I'd say 90% of the way through, 95% of the way through, so that the bottom still remains intact. And what we're going to have is kind of a potato that almost kind of resembles an accordion. So here's the finished product, and you can kind of see how the potato is kind of an accordion. And when it bakes, it'll open up even more as that water leaves the potato. So I've learned one thing, that I cut myself less often when I wear glasses. So here go the glasses. So with my sharp knife, I am cutting all my, well, I messed up. I cut all the way through. It's not the end of the world. Keep going. Don't let a little mistake throw you in the kitchen. We're not going to be perfect. It's not going to look like the Food Network. It is not going to look like a celebrity chef made it, because I'm not a celebrity chef. Neither are you. We are home cooks. Oops. And that's enough. Well, I just lost a slice. So I'm trying to make my slices as thin as possible, because the thinner the slices, the more of the butter they are going to trap. So here we go. Cut, cut, cut. Carefully, carefully, carefully. You get the idea. So you see what I've kind of done here is I've got all these little cuts. Now they're going to stick together because the inside of the potato is wet. And what I do is I will use my spoon now. Make it a little, I use this so I don't get this all over my cutting board. So here, I am going to spoon, I'm going to kind of spread these out a little bit. I'm going to spoon this butter, garlic, herb, salt, pepper mixture into my potatoes. So here we are. See, look, I've got this great melty, garlicky, herby, buttery stuff. And it's just this simple. I'm going to spread it on top. And then I'm going to use my spoon to kind of poke it down in. Poke it down in, poke it down in, poke it down in. You see? So once I've got this all smeared in and inserted into these cuts, I'm going to put it into my oven about 400 degrees, maybe 425 degrees, and bake it for about 45 minutes to an hour. And boy, these come out just buttery and garlicky and gorgeous and crispy. And it's so easy. So this is not a lot of work, not a lot of ingredients. And what you get is this lovely, lovely side dish. Or if it's not, it could actually, there's enough food here, enough nutrition here to be a meal. Did you know that there's a little bit of protein in potatoes? I know. There's a little bit of protein in a lot of foods that come from the plant kingdom. So I'd like for everyone to get this. I do eat meat, but I eat a lot less of it today than I used to. And I'm always looking for ways to replace animal proteins with plant proteins. And the potato is a great way to have a really nutritious, filling, a lovely lunch or dinner. The other cool thing you can do with these is if you have some left over, you can chop them up and then you can scramble them up with some eggs and put them in a breakfast taco, because I love to put a little bit of potato in my breakfast taco in the morning, or just in my eggs if I didn't do it taco style. So you see how I've got all the garlic and all the butter and all that kind of shoved all the way down, and these goes in the oven 45 minutes, 400 degrees, and you are done. And it is just that simple. And this is what they look like when they're all done. Isn't it pretty? That is so pretty. So let's give the poor potato a break. Eat the potatoes. Like I said, potassium, calcium, lots of fiber if you eat the skins. Enjoy your cooking. Have confidence in the kitchen. And I'll see you next time. Stay healthy. I'm Wendy Wesley, registered dietitian and nutritionist here in the St. Pete Free Clinic Teaching Kitchen. And I appreciate you listening. Bye-bye.